Well, good day! So, for today, we're gonna talk about the first cartoon appearance of the Riddler! Riddle made this! Riddle made that! So, alright, let's go!
Oh yeah! So we start off in Commissioner Gordon's office, where he and Bruce Wayne are talking about the large amount of money that was raised at the charity fair. So much money, in fact, that Commissioner Gordon himself is going to pick up this large sum of money. But like, after his shift is over at 5 o'clock. Like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Some crazy person in a costume tries to rob something like every single freaking hour in his city. But no, I'm sure the money's gonna be fine there, hey? At 5 o'clock. I wonder if this foreshadowing will bite him in the butt later. But another Bruce Wayne shows up at the reception room at the police headquarters. Like, holy doppelganger, Batman! But this fake Bruce Wayne just leaves a riddle for the commissioner and then takes off. Which, like, everyone knows that was the Riddler and not Bruce Wayne, so, like, what was the point of the disguise, eh? Dude's brain must be slipping. The riddle he left was, what is the hottest spot in town today? Batman and Robin don't even try to figure it out, they just use the Bat computer! Artificial intelligence be praised! And the answer that the computer gives is, bing! The steel mill! Which, yeah, gets pretty hot in there, I guess. They work hard, they play hard! But Batman immediately knows that the riddle is a ruse meant to lead Batman to another location. If he already knew the answer to the riddle, what the hell was the point of asking the computer the riddle, Maybe Batman just hates riddles and doesn't want to answer them, I guess. Meanwhile, wouldn't you know it, the Riddler and his men are in disguise as Commissioner Gordon and Gotham City police officers. And they are in the process of taking that large sum of money from the charity fair. Who could have seen that coming? Geez, maybe I should be the police commissioner of Gotham City if I could see that obvious plot happening. Nonetheless, as Batman notices these phonies, he instantly knows that they are imposters. You know why? Because it's not 5 o'clock yet. Commissioner Gordon's shift hasn't ended yet. He could have gone there early, save some time, but nope. Batman and Robin get the money back, but the Riddler gets away. The Riddler's next riddle leads Batman and Robin to the Gotham City track and field meet. Which, doesn't seem like really high stakes there. But with a stadium like jam-packed of people and security guards and police and everything, the Riddler still super easily steals the invaluable gold-encrusted championship belt. How much do they pay security guards in Gotham City, man? It doesn't really seem like enough money to really retain some talented people. Nonetheless, Batman and Robin get the belt back, and the Riddler gets away again. So, the Riddler is totally pissed, right? Twice he's been bested by Batman. So Riddler decides to set up a trap for the dynamic duo. And his next riddle sends them to the old Gotham Towers, which are set to be demolished, where Batman and Robin fall for this trap and are captured easily by Riddler's men. So while they're tied up in this building, the Riddler is using the wrecking ball to tear the building down around them. But neither Batman nor Robin's legs are tied up, right? Just their arms, so they can stand up and walk away casually to safety, right? Thwarting Riddler's plans yet again. But no! They decide to stay and allow themselves to be potentially crushed to death to make the Riddler feel better, I guess? Holy pancakes, Batman! No pancakes today, though, as the dynamic duo get themselves to safety really quick and go and beat the crap out of Riddler and his men. So hooray, the day is saved. Riddler is behind bars and the dynamic duo are laughing at him and taunting him like they should. Jeez, hey, it's not enough to defeat your enemy physically, you need to defeat him mentally and emotionally too. But yeah, with that is the end of this fantastic tale.
Yes, indeed, the Riddler! So, actually like a pretty good episode, right? The story is pretty solid. Riddler testing out his disguise of Bruce Wayne, Riddler using his disguise of Commissioner Gordon, Riddler using his disguise of some random guy at a sporting event, and then Riddler going in a blind rage with murderous intent to kill Batman. I still don't understand why they didn't immediately take all the charity money from the charity fair and put it into safekeeping, like, right off the bat, That's poor money management, right? Like, it deserves to be stolen at that point. But, like, the main thing that really throws my brain for a loop, man, is the Riddler in this episode. Like, for one, the dude is totally buff. Like, he's huge. He is usually drawn with, like, a bit of muscle to him, like he is in a superhero genre book, after all. But he looks totally jacked in this one. Like, he's usually more the brains guy than the brawn guy. So, like, him working out kind of doesn't kind of flow with that. But the main thing that really throws me off is, like, everything up here, man. His freaking head. I've never heard the Riddler sound like that before. He sounds like Barney Rubble doing an impersonation of Captain Kirk. It sounds kind of like this.
We've got to go to the bank and take the money for ourselves.
When the hell did the Riddler ever talk like that? Not to mention this really weird look on his face the whole time. The more I think about this guy, the more I believe that he must have been a boxer, and he was pummeled in the head so severely so many times that it caused permanent brain damage. That would explain everything. Doesn't seem really Riddler-ish, but they always usually do kind of experiment with this character apparently. Like in the movie The Batman. That's supposed to be the Riddler, man. That's the Zodiac Killer, holy crap. But, still pretty good episode, right? The story's pretty good and the action is packed. And the Riddler's voice becomes kind of mesmerizing after. Maybe that's why he does that. So, if you haven't checked it out yet, I strongly suggest you do so, because like I say, it's pretty good. But now let us go and see what other riddles may be behind the scenes of this episode and stuff like that here.
Okay, yes, so, the Riddler. The Riddler first debuted in the comics in Detective Comics number 140 in 1948. And one thing we know about this character is that his alter ego is Edward Nygma. His alter ego being something that we never see in this cartoon series, but still nice to know, right? The funny thing about his first appearance was that he was never really intended to be like a long-term character, right? For that comic book appearance, that was basically supposed to be like a one and done kind of a deal. But readers kind of liked the guy, like not overly crazy, but just enough to have him kind of show up a little bit more here and there. The Riddler hit stardom with the 1966 Batman TV series, with Frank Gorshin portraying the Prince of Puzzles. So when it was time to make this cartoon, it's like, yeah, of course, man, you have to include the Riddler with his odd facial expressions and all that stuff like I mentioned before. Still throws me off, man. So the Riddler in this featured episode likes to do a little bit of dress up, has a whole bunch of really awesome disguises, which would be like a really awesome permanent thing to have in his arsenal, right? Like he already has the brains, he has the wit, but the dress up stuff, man, he doesn't really do a whole lot. Outside this episode, he might dress up here and there. The only time you really seen the Riddler do a lot of disguises would be from season 2 of the Batman series, when John Astin was portraying the Riddler, right? He would dress up like different things. It worked out to his advantage mostly, but you never really seen Riddler do that again. Speaking of these disguises, man, like nowadays, you definitely can get these realistic silicone masks that make you look like someone else, and in the same fashion as the Riddler had in this episode, it'll just pull over your head, fit nice and snug to your face. And in the real world, these masks have been used, sometimes for like harmless pranks, sometimes for crime like theft and stuff like that. So it's life imitating art. Also, speaking of imitating, the gold encrusted championship belt that was stolen by the Riddler. You might be thinking, that looks kind of familiar. Pretty sure I've seen that before. Well, almost. In the first episode of this Batman series, there was another championship belt which was stolen. That one was a diamond encrusted belt. Stolen and recovered, then they make a gold belt, stolen and recovered. My God, man. It's almost too tempting not to make a belt like this for a grandiose, athlete, but at the same time, man, it's a little too tempting to steal. One of the very small details that was in this episode that I really liked was
The Riddler's lair.
it's this house in the woods that looks like a question mark. Like, for one thing, like, how much would that cost, man? Like, you have to engineer this really unique looking building, which probably isn't that crazy to do, but at the same time, man, like, if someone's flying a plane and they see a question mark on the ground,
I wonder if the Riddler lives there.
like, jeez, he didn't riddle that one, I guess. But still, it looks pretty awesome, and like, man, at least Batman hides in a cave. You can't frickin' find him, like, super easily, man, but a question mark in the middle of a forest. Yeah, no one's gonna see that. So that was not his headquarters, from the comic books and stuff like that. He would usually use the same old shtick of hiding out in a abandoned warehouse of some kind. A puzzle warehouse or something. But the question mark, man, looks pretty good. But yeah, so there's really not a lot to this episode other than that, some kind of basic things. Like I say, it is a good episode, so check it out for sure. But yeah, man, I guess, with this, that, those, and the other things, I guess,
That's that.
Also, if you guys are interested, I created my own superhero show and I have the first episode out already.
The Adventures of the Density.
So if you guys would like to check it out, I'll have a link above here and a link at the end of the video for you to peruse there. Yeah, right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, feel free to do so. Or anything else, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks.